Here we have the hip capsule 90-90 external rotation pails and rails. This is to help with hip rotation, specifically when we're doing our cars. External rotation is going to be bringing the leg inward like this. But what's really happening is our thigh is rotating outward externally. So my setup, my 90-90 is going to be my kneecap directly in front of my hip bone, the front portion of the hip. My knee is going to be at a 90-degree angle with my ankle at a 90-degree angle. This thigh, my back leg, is going to be right in line with my torso. And same as the front, the back leg is going to be at 90 degrees. Here, I want to get into my end range hold, my passive range hold, which is going to be keeping this leg pushing into the ground, keeping my hip forward. We don't want it to come back. Let me show you from this angle. Here's back and here's forward. I want to keep my torso nice and erect, so think about gently arching your lower back, staying nice and tall with your spine or torso. And then from here, I want to think about bringing my belly button right to my knee. I don't want to bring my chest to my knee. I want to think about my shoulders and chest going up and out in this direction. So I'm pulling my belly button into my knee, keeping my torso nice and tall, going out in this direction. So after I get into that end range position, I'm going to hold here for 2 minutes as a passive hold, focusing on diaphragmatic breathing, inhaling for 4 to 5 seconds, and exhaling for 8 to 10 seconds. After I do that, I'm going to start my PAIL contraction. I'm going to be pushing my ankle and knee, or my whole lower leg, into the floor. I want you to think about the floor being a scale, and as I am pushing that leg into the floor, we're seeing that scale ramp up from 0 to 100%. So to start my PAIL contraction, I'm first going to irradiate, packing my abs with tension. I'm going to push my back leg into the floor. I'm irradiating as hard as I can with shallow breathing. 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. And then I'm going to start pushing this leg into the floor, bringing that scale from 0 to 20%, climbing to 40%, 50, and up to 100. Take about 10 seconds to build that contraction up. Once you're at that maximum contraction, you're going to hold that for 10 to 15 seconds. The rail contraction is then going to be bringing your leg or your ankle up off of the scale as if that scale was going to read 0. As I'm trying to lift that ankle off of the floor, there shouldn't be much movement because you're at your end range. I'm going to be trying to pull the belly button to my thigh even more, keeping good torso posture, holding this rail contraction for 10 to 15 seconds. So a recap: go to your end range, hold for 2 minutes, PAIL contraction for 10 to 15 seconds, pushing the whole leg down, and then rail contraction, pulling your belly button into your thigh, lifting the ankle up off the floor, holding for 10 to 15 seconds. And then you would hold this for for another 2 minutes, focusing on your diaphragmatic breathing. Some hints as we're in our setup. We have our 90-90 setup as we are keeping that hip forward and arching our lower back. I also like to think about taking this leg or my butt cheek and pushing it that way at like a 45-degree angle directly behind you. That helps deepen the stretch. You want to maintain that position for the entire time.